Welcome Year 4 to your first lesson on coordinates. Today's objective is to be able to read coordinates. So let's get started with what actually are coordinates. So coordinates are a way to pinpoint the exact location or position of something. So if you're a pirate and you've hidden your treasure and you want to find it again, you can use coordinates to help you locate where it's hidden. If you've ever played the game Battleships, you might be an expert at reading coordinates already. So coordinates are a set of numbers, usually on a graph or a grid. So you can see in the picture, it's on a grid. And we have numbers going across a page and up the page. These lines are called axes. And to read coordinates, we always start with the x-axis. Now the x-axis goes across the page. So our x-axis goes across the page. Good. And an X looks like a cross, doesn't it? So that's how we remember it, a cross, because it goes across the page. So that's our horizontal line. Good. So you can see our numbers go from 0 to 6 on here on our x-axis. Now let's go across and see on what number on our x-axis does the treasure sit. Well, we can see go all the way across the 2, and we can see that our treasure is sat on a 2 on our x-axis. So within our coordinates, number 2 would come first. Okay. Next of all, we have to look how high or how far up the treasure is sat. And this axis is called our y-axis. So our vertical line, as you can see on here, is going from 0 all the way up to 6. The line should be straight. It's called a y-axis. And remember that we're saying y to the sky. And that is the next number we need to read. And if we go all the way up, so we count from 0, going up, 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 we can see our treasure is sat on our y-axis at number 4. And that's our y-axis. So that number will come second. So let's look how we write these down. So as we said, we look at our x-axis first. So we go across the page first. So on our x-axis, we go across the page to 2. Can you see our 2? And then we go up our y-axis all the way up. So we get to 2 on our x, and then we go up our y-axis, and we go all the way to where it's sat, and it's sat on number 4 on our y-axis. And that's where we stop. So we write 4 in there. And that is our coordinates. Now you can see there's a certain way to write coordinates. We have to write them in brackets. So that's our bracket. So we went along the corridor, we say. So along the y-axis was 2. Then we write a comma to split our coordinates up. And then we say we go up the stairs. So along the corridor and up the stairs. So up the y-axis and went all the way to 4. So we write 4 next. That's your next coordinate. And you close your brackets. So we have the coordinates of 2, 4. And that's how you read it. Good. Let's have a go at a few together. So you've got several coordinates here. Let's look at the first one together. So tick by the first one. So remember, the first one we do is go along our x-axis, and you can write them on if you need to. So our x-axis goes along, we know that. So we go along the corridor, and the first number, let's look, is sat at number 6. So I put my bracket, 6 on my x-axis, my comma, and now I need to go up the stairs, up my y-axis. So up my y-axis. So I go all the way up, and I stop when I can see my green dot, and it's sat on number 1 on my y-axis. So I write 1 and close my brackets. So my coordinates for the first green dot is 6, 1. Excellent. You will go at the next view. Pause the video and write down the coordinates of the next pictures. Good. Once you've done that, you've got all your answers down. You can check the correct answers on the next slide. So let's look at one together. We've done that 6-1. Let's look at the next one along. So the coordinates are 1, 6. Let's have a look if they're right. So here's our x-axis. Go along the corridor first. The green dot is sat on number 1. Yep, so 1 there, that's right. And then we go up the stairs on our y-axis all the way to 6. So our coordinates are 1, 6. Excellent. Tick them off year 4. See if you've done okay. If you have mastered that, you can go ahead to the worksheet on the class page. If you struggled a little bit, go back in the video and have another watch. Good luck, year 4.